Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norse Witch, and today I want to share something with you that has made my life so much easier, and that is this little thing. Not very big, is it? This is my on-the-go witchcraft kit. I still have no idea how to properly name it, but I guess on-the-go witchcraft kit is basically what it is. So this little thingy here is so friggin' convenient. I always had a very big problem, and that is, one, I am a witch in a big city. I don't have a lot of nature around. Two, I am an extremely spontaneous person and a very spontaneous practitioner. So I usually don't really plan out what I do. And three, I am very low on time when it comes to time for my practice. So I have to squeeze it in whenever I can. All of these three combined led to me basically all the time being out and about, wanting to do something spontaneously, but not being able to do that because I didn't have the stuff with me that I needed for it. For example, I am basically trying to walk everywhere I can, so whenever it's within a 30-minute time frame, I try to walk everywhere. I love doing that, and I love seeing which kinds of plants and local spirits are around in my area. So by doing that, I have been able to pretty well connect with my surroundings, with the local spirits and with the plant spirits and everything around me. And by doing that, I very frequently encounter either plants which I would like to forage some parts of. So I don't know, I would come about a rowan tree and I would really like to forage some of its berries, or I come across a dandelion plant, for example, and I want to take some of its leaves, but I don't have anything with me to do that. I don't have any containers where I can put it in, nothing like that. Sometimes I also run into the problem that I will go for a walk somewhere just spontaneously, and I will encounter a spirit that I want to connect with and communicate with, but I don't have my stuff with me, so I can't do that. And I have run into this problem a lot. So what I came up with basically was to create a very, very small kit of essentials. So things that I need for foraging spontaneously, things that I need for spontaneously communicating and connecting with spirits, also something where I can jot down spontaneous ideas or experiences, because I don't really like to do that on my phone. And that is where this little thing was created. And I thought in this video I could just quickly share with you everything that is in this little bag, in my little to-go witchcraft kit, because I thought there are probably a lot of people out there that struggle with the same problem, and maybe this will be some inspiration for you. Let's do it. Okay, so the first thing that I was thinking about when I was planning out my on-the-go witchcraft kit was what things I usually do on the go spontaneously that I need stuff for. The first thing, as I already said, is spontaneously foraging, spontaneously picking some plants, some leaves, some berries, some flowers, whatever, parts of plants. I usually have a problem with that because I don't have containers or scissors or a knife or anything with me. The next thing I sometimes run into problems with is connecting and communicating with spirits, because I don't always want to spontaneously do that just through my clear senses. Sometimes I don't feel like it, or sometimes it just doesn't work that well, and sometimes I want to give a small offering as a thank you, and I don't have stuff with me to do that. So that was the second thing, and as I said, spontaneously being able to just write down ideas, spell ideas, anything like that. Also being able to just quickly write down experiences that I've had on the go, and also if go out and about and I go reading somewhere and I read something interesting, I want to be able to write it down, and I don't want to have to do that on my phone. Those three were the main areas that I wanted to tackle with this on-the-go witchcraft kit. Oh, and lastly, very, very important, all of the stuff had to go into a very small bag, because what I didn't want was like a huge bag that I have to carry around with me everywhere. I don't want to have to carry around a very heavy bag full of stuff that I don't necessarily always need. So I really wanted to keep with the essentials. So with those being the areas of struggle, let me show you what I put in my bag. So first of all, the bag itself. This is the bag that I chose. This is a small, very cute crocheted bag. And I got this from Birch Knots Design on Etsy. They make a lot of very, very cute crocheted stuff. So if you like crocheted things, then check them out. And I thought this bag is perfect. This is like the perfect size. It's like twice my hand basically in size. So it's not too big and not too small. Perfect. And I've realized that this is pretty good. Maybe I will at some point, I don't know, maybe put like a zipper on it or something, because it only has one closure. So sometimes I have to make sure that nothing falls out. But apart from that, this is perfect. But of course, any small bag works. I guess you could also use like a small makeup bag or something like that. But then, what is in the bag? So first of all, for foraging, of course, I needed like some basic glass jars so I can put the plants somewhere. That was like one of my main struggles. I didn't have anything with me where I could put any berries or leaves or something that I have foraged. I knew it couldn't be like huge, but I usually, when I'm just out and about, walking to pole class or walking to work or something, I usually don't want to forage like a huge amount. If I would want to do that, I would just go there a different day just to forage, but usually I just want to take like a couple of berries or something. And like a small glass jar like this, I got this one actually from my own shop. I sell like these small glass jars. This is a pretty good size. Then I thought, okay, maybe I want to either forage something that's poisonous, like, I don't know, foxglove or something, or I want to, as an offering to the plant or the local spirits, maybe I want to pick up some trash or something. So I thought just one basic glove would be nice, so that if I want to forage something poisonous or if I want to pick up trash or something, I have a glove with me, so I can do that and I don't have to like touch poisonous plants or anything. And yes, this is a plastic glove, but I will reuse that, so that's not a problem. I don't really have a problem with reusing gloves. So that was also important. When it comes to cutting, I was first thinking about getting a small knife, but then I quickly realized that sometimes I will maybe want to forage like small twigs or something off of trees, and with only a knife that would be probably a little bit of a struggle. So what I decided on was a very small pair of bonsai scissors. So these are usually meant to cut down bonsai trees. And this is fairly small. This is like 10 centimeters in length, but it's big enough to forage anything small that I would want on the go. It's perfect for herbs, it's perfect for like smaller twigs. So this one came very handy, and it fits perfectly into the bag. So this was nice. And then lastly, and that was a little bit tricky, of course, if I take something from the plant, I want to give something back as an offering, and on the go, I usually don't have anything with me. Of course, it has to be eco-conscious, so I don't want to give anything as an offering that actually ends up damaging the surroundings. So for example, I didn't want to give like coins, for example, as offerings, because that is not a good idea, because a lot of the coins include like any minerals, especially copper a lot of the times, that is not good for the soil, for example. So I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to make sure that it's something that doesn't damage the plants or the soil or anything around the environment. It's not like hurtful for any birds or any other animals around. So what I ended up doing is I thought about 3 things. And I don't have everything around me all the time because I don't have that much space, but I will just rotate through those things. First of all, of course, just like a small bottle of water, maybe like moon water, or like a small bottle of specifically charged water as an offering. Perfect. Water is always great. Then what I have with me at the moment is a little glass of bird food, but you could also use maybe just pressed oats, for example. I like to do that. Or lastly, I thought maybe I could also use just very tiny chips of like clear quartz, because like clear quartz doesn't damage the environment. Some crystals might. That's why you also don't use a lot of them in water, but clear quartz is pretty safe. So I thought like little tiny chunks of clear quartz would also be a great idea. So maybe if I am done with the bird food, I will maybe use either specifically charged water or like tiny chunks of clear quartz. We will see. But now let us go into the spirit work and spirit communication area. First of all, sometimes I am not very grounded. I am a person that struggles with being grounded a lot. And if you're not properly grounded and centered, communicating will be pretty hard. So while I'm on the go, I need something to get me grounded and get me into the headspace for communication and connection with spirits. And one thing that has come very, very handy in that area is something that I don't even have to put into this bag, so it doesn't even take up space. And that is a wonderful meditation app, Aura. I know I have done like a couple of collaborations with Aura already, so some of you might already be familiar with this wonderful app, but some of you might not be. So yes, this video is sponsored by Aura. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Let me quickly tell you about all of the perks that you get with Aura. Aura is a new mindfulness and sleep app that has won the Best of Apple award, and it's currently used by over 7 million people. It's a great all-in-one app for your sleep and well-being with thousands of meditations, sleep stories, and so much more like cognitive behavioral therapy, life coaching, and even breathwork. Aura's content is created by hundreds of expert coaches and therapists around the world. It's highly customizable, notifying you about content that has been picked specifically for you every single day. You can also create personal playlists and work on mood trackers or gratitude journals, which is a great way to track your results. Personally, I am very, very picky when it comes to the background sounds during meditations. And on Aura, you can customize them. Do you like nature sounds? Great. Binaural beats? Amazing, they have them. Even white noise is possible. Aura is basically like a Spotify for your mind and soul. It has hundreds of guides from diverse backgrounds, and unlike with traditional meditation apps that just give you a few coaches in a one-size-fits-all package, on Aura it is very, very easy to find a guide that resonates with you. No wonder 87% of Aura users report an improvement in sleep and well-being just in the first 3 days. For me, Aura is really, really working. It not only helps me de-stress and stay calm long term, but it also provides awesome guided meditations for acute anxiety attacks. You can get started using Aura now completely for free on Aura's website by using the special link in my video description. The first 500 people using this link get a 7-day trial and also exclusive 25% off. So again, thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this video. The app has saved my ass a lot of the times when I'm on the go and I need to get into the headspace for spirit work, spirit communication, or basically anything witchy like that. Another thing that has really helped me in that area is an oil that I made, and I know it doesn't have a label, but this is my Seer's Sidekick oil from my shop. This is very, very handy whenever I want to get into meditations, light trances, whenever I want to do divination or connect with spirits, basically anything where I need to align myself a little bit with the other worlds. Then my Seer's Sidekick oil comes in very, very handy. So this is one very important part of like spirit communication, spirit connection prep along with meditations on Aura. Also, another oil that I want to have with me at all times is a protection oil. This one is my Sacred Sentinel oil. It's also available in my shop. And this one is just for protection. So if I want to connect to a spirit that I don't really know that well and where I have like maybe a little bit of an icky feeling, then I can use that. Or if I'm just on the go and I feel like there are too many people around, too many feelings, too many emotions, too many energies, and I'm getting stressed and like overstimulated, then I can just quickly put on my protection oil. It's just perfect to have that with me wherever I go as a socially anxious, introverted person. So this definitely had to go into my on-the-go kit. Another thing, or two things I should say, that I really wanted to have in my kit is something to communicate with. Usually I try to do it just with my clear senses, but sometimes I don't feel like it, or sometimes it just doesn't work that well. So I thought 2 small divination tools would be great. The first one is a very basic pendulum. It's small, it fits into this bag perfectly. And another divination tool, and I won't get it out here, is my runes. So I always have like a pendulum and my runes with me. They are small, they perfectly fit into that bag. I thought about maybe getting like a travel-sized tarot deck, and I actually have one, but it doesn't fit too well into a small bag. It's still pretty chunky, even if it's like only this small, but it's still pretty thick. So I thought, okay, runes and pendulum, perfect. I can do whatever I want with those. I don't necessarily also need a tarot deck. Then of course, also for other types of spirits, not necessarily only plants that I have foraged, I need offerings for sometimes. The other offerings that I've mentioned also apply to those spirits, but something special that I wanted to have with me for like local spirits, graveyard spirits, spirits like that, is these little convenient things. Those are like single-use diabetes lancets. So I can use these whenever I want to give blood as an offering. It's just a tiny little poke with a tiny little drop of blood. I can give that as an offering. Perfect. And they are very, very small. They go very, very well into a little tiny baggie. And then lastly, as I said, I want to be able to write down ideas spontaneously. So of course, I mean, that's not that interesting, but I got like a small paper blanks book. I think it's very cute, and a little pen. And as you can see, I have already used this one a lot, and it has come in so handy, not only if I'm sitting somewhere reading, but also if I, for example, have spontaneous ideas, which it does happen sometimes. Sometimes I have ideas and then I can quickly write them down in this book and I have them all in one place. Perfect. So those are the things that are in my small little on-the-go witchcraft bag. This has come in so handy. I love that I put this together because, as I said, I can do whatever I want spontaneously on the go now, and it's so nice. I have used it so much. I wish I had done this much earlier because I'm using it all the time. So if you are also putting one together, then make sure to tell me what you put in, because maybe you have some ideas for me. Maybe my kit is missing some stuff that would or could be important. So if you have some ideas on what I could put in that kit, if you have put one together yourself, then tell me about it in the comments. As always, I want to say a huge thank you to all of my lovely Patreons. Thank you so much to Katie, Thistle, Adam, Z, Kent, Kelly, Brittany, Emerceline, Smolkata, Josh, Elinura, David, Christine, Rixie Business, Valo, Annalena, Bast, Ashley, Erica, Kristen, John, Phoenix, Anton, Jenny, Maggie, Misty, Amy, Colette, Bethany, Timothy, Coffee or the Honorary Gossip Squirrel, and last but definitely not least, Bjorn. Thank you so much. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and give a thumbs up and ring the bell down below so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Of course, you can check out my other socials or my shop for sustainably and ethically sourced witchcraft and paganism tools. If you want to support me financially, then of course check out my Patreon and definitely check out Aura. Very important. I definitely recommend it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!